Different Uses of Matter by Korey and Ryan Hoye. To begin with, aerogels are man-made and they are created by combining a polymer with a solvent to form a gel, then by removing liquid from the gel and replacing with air. Aerogels are the lightest solid on Earth, weighing in at approximately 0.00087 ounces per cubic inch. Although glass and aerogels share silica oxide, aerogels are 1,000 times less dense than glass. The image to the right shows a physical representation of aerogels. The see-through property comes from being made from silica oxide. Moving on, plasma is the fourth state of matter. It is one of the stranger forms of matter, as is rather uncommon on Earth, but in outer space it is the most common state of matter. The reason why plasma is not common on Earth is because it requires certain conditions in order to form. Plasma is created when a gas is heated and the electrons are torn from the atom. A good example of this would be a lightning strike, as the surrounding gases are filled with energy and their electrons are removed. The two images to the right show a lightning strike, and then the image below that shows another representation of plasma, which shows electrons and a nucleus. Moving on, polymers have a three-dimensional repeating structure. Polymers are made through the conglomeration of molecules or by a repeating unit. The size of the repeating structure can vary in size due to the amount of molecules inside the polymer. Polymers are naturally occurring, but they can also be man-made. An example of polymers are polyvinyl chloride or PVC, bakelite, and polyurethane and polyester. The two images to the right shows two repeating structures. The one above is a more detailed example, and the one below is a repeating structure, but under certain conditions. Before we go on, we want to ask you if you can think about use of aerogels, plasmas, and polymers. On the next few slides, we're going to give some examples of uses of matter types. And at the end, you can share your ideas and questions about those three matter types.
Modern application of aerogels. NASA scientists believe that aerogels may be the key to colonizing Mars by using in greenhouses. The theory is that due to aerogels' light, translucent, and insulating properties in the material, aerogels are 1,000 times less dense than glass, making it the lightest material on Earth. This makes aerogels far easier to export to Mars. Now we have a more in-depth idea of what exactly aerogels are and their future potential in space colonization. The second application of aerogels that is used commonly here on Earth is in construction. If you were to look around your room or look at your house from outside, you may see some ways in which aerogels are used. Roofs, pipes, carpets, and wetsuits all have aerogels in them, depending on the time they were made. In the image to the right was one of the ways that they tested the idea of light passing through aerogels. Modern applications of plasma. Plasma is used in abundance of ways in everyday objects. Some of these objects include televisions, neon signs, and fluorescent lights. Some of these items play a vital role in people's lives. For starters, light bulbs are used in a plethora of ways and are used throughout the majority of the world. Television plays a crucial role in the livelihood of millions of people by providing news, creating a myriad of jobs in the industry, and both indirectly and directly influencing other industries. As we look into the future, it is believed that plasma will play an important role in power production, as we'll be producing heat instead of carbon emissions. With today's current climate crisis, this will be quite beneficial to the world. The image above, it shows a TV. The way that plasma plays a role in it is by projecting an image that emulates through the image. Modern application of polymers. Polymers are everywhere, so much that it's exceedingly difficult to spend a day without encountering one. Even in your daily routine of taking a shower involves polymers in the form of conditioner and shampoo. Additionally, if you were to look in the mirror, you would see polymers in the form of clothing. In the end, polymers play a huge role in our day-to-day lives, along with society as a whole. Depending on the material, it'll change the type of polymer. It's your turn. Now that we know some examples on how some types of matter can be used, it's your turn to give us an example. It could be anything, even just an idea. An idea you think could be a possibility.